haven in the late summer. Images for picture postcards in this exquisite corner of Middle England. But the hum of modern life is never far away. Giant warehouses of the internet economy are mushrooming alongside the M1. Some wealth, but areas where life can be a bit more of a struggle. Mid-Bedfordshire, a rock-solid Conservative seat for the last 92 years, now faces a by-election after the long, drawn-out resignation of Nadine Dorries. By-elections in Conservative-held seats have followed a familiar pattern in recent years. It doesn't take long to work out who the main challenger is, and the no-hoper, well, they run a dignified but not exactly energetic campaign. Not so this time. Labour and the Liberal Democrats, well, they're going toe-to-toe, giving the Conservatives hope that maybe they can sneak through the middle.
Recent by-elections, we've seen an absolute collapse in the votes of one of the parties, either the Liberal Democrats or the Labour Party, depending on if it was the Labour Party or the Liberal Democrats in with the greatest chance of winning that seat.
The opponents opposing each other, the Labour and Liberal Democrat candidates. This is our time, says Labour.
When we're out on the doorstep speaking to people, whether they're lifelong Conservative voters or even, in some cases, Conservative Party members who've told me they're backing me and endorsing me this time round, or whether it's the opinion poll that Opinion did here that puts us narrowly in the lead, it's on us to hear what people are telling us and to campaign accordingly. We're taking this seat really seriously because as a party that have always been second placed here and who've got a real offer that speaks to the issues people are facing right across Mid-Bedfordshire at the moment, we think we've got a great chance of doing something truly historic.
From the Lib Dems, this is the sort of seat where the orange bird takes flight.
Certainly when I'm out door knocking, obviously I know this area really well, I'm a councillor as well in Bedfordshire, people are very clear. I'm speaking to lots of lifelong Conservatives who really want to see change. They're fed up with the Conservatives and they are voting for Liberal Democrats because they know we're the ones who can bring that and bring a strong voice for Mid-Bedfordshire, but they won't countenance Labour, so that's why we're really clear that we are the challengers here. If you look at our record as a party, we've won by-elections in these rural blue wall seats from the Conservatives time and time again, so we are aiming to do that here again.
I hope you're going to be voting. Yeah, we will do. For festivals.
Glad handing all and sundry, and all to play for, says the Conservative candidate, with more of a personal than a party campaign.
Judge me by my track record as Police and Crime Commissioner here. I have not played party politics, and that's one thing people always say to me when I knock on the door, and I've knocked on over 1,000 doors since I was elected about 10 weeks ago now. The one thing they always say, they want to have a local MP who lives in the area, who knows the area, but they also want somebody who delivers for them, but rather than play party politics. I do not do that. I am a very independent-minded person, as some people at Number 10 and SSHQ have come to find out. I fight for local people, as I've done as Police and Crime Commissioner. If I'm the next Member of Parliament, I will do more of the same.
Professor Jane Green says recent elections suggest there are opportunities and pitfalls for the three largest parties in this by-election.
Those elections have shown very strong tactical voting, which really suggests that these are voters who are very disgruntled and will vote for whoever it is that can unseat the Conservative candidate in that particular constituency. Now, obviously, in Mid-Bedfordshire, we don't have polls in Mid-Bedfordshire, we have the national picture. And what's then going to matter is which kinds of voters split to which kinds of parties. And if it splits three ways, which it could very well do, and if it essentially then is a three-way marginal constituency, despite it being historically a Conservative constituency since 1930s, then in that case, it really is potentially on a knife edge.
But strong voices from a local independent and other national parties.
I'm offering something completely different from what we've had before. The political parties have let down the voters here on numerous occasions, so I'm offering a much more in-touch approach to all of the people, where they can feel that they're actually getting the political representation that they deserve from someone who cares deeply about this area.
Looking at the news and what's happening around the world, I think people understand that the climate needs to be at the centre of government policy. And unfortunately, Westminster isn't listening. The Green Party is saying that we can fight the climate crisis and the cost of living crisis in tandem. It doesn't have to be one or the other, and it doesn't have to cost us a lot of money.
I think we've seen 30 or 40 years of gradual decline, and the successive governments seem to manage it as if it's a decline to be controlled rather than treating the country as an opportunity to be embraced. I don't think we're finished as a country. I think we've got a great future in front of us, but it takes a government with vision, ideas and commitment.
A quiet corner of the country is given its say. Sometimes that can resonate, telling us about the political direction of the country as a whole.